Okay, so we're here for Country One-on-One.
Yep.
It's a segment I do, and for those that don't know who I am, I'm Jo Thomas. Now, we're up at the Caloundra Powerboat Club this weekend. We've been up here for the Spring Hay Run, which has been an awesome charity, helping raise funds for Bio Bail to help out our farmers in need. And today I've got with me Richo Richardson. So he's come to play along. And so for those that don't know anything about you, tell us a little bit about you, where you're from and how you ended up playing here.
Oh, really? First of all, thanks for having me, Jo.
Not a problem.
I grew up in New Zealand and came over here in 1989. I really didn't do much musically as a young bloke, except for a few theatre shows and stuff like that at school. We kind of got it kicked out of me, to be honest, as you do, you know, when you got thrown on the rugby field instead. So I came out here, and a bloke I was working with was in a band, and he heard me singing at work one day. He said, come and have a try out for our band. I did that. Shifted to Tamworth for a while and started doing a bit of songwriting and stuff in my mid-20s, and never really sort of followed it much further. Yep. Obviously, life takes over, and you know, needed to get a real job, so to speek.
Find a wife,
have some kids. Find a wife, have some kids, all that sort of stuff. And I did that, which was just incredible. Then I chanced on a meeting with a guy called Johnny Crisilja from the Dag Sheep Station in Nundle, and I walked in there when I was researching a dog race for up home in Maloney, you know, like a social event. Yep. And they had one in Nundle, and I met John, and we grabbed the guitar out, you know, and the two of us were bashing away there for a while, and we all had these own compositions. Nothing was finished, you know, and we sort of made a bit of a secret pact, and that was, mate, next time you come back to the Dag, have a couple of finished songs, and I'll do the same thing. So it was a few years later, and John had the singer-songwriters thing going there. By then it had morphed into this great, incredible sort of underground Tamworth venue for guys like Luke O'Shea, Carl Brody, all these guys. So John invited me along to that. In the meantime, I'd been writing a little bit and getting back into it, you know, and it just went from there, really. I did my debut EP at 48 years of age.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You know, with Craig Morgan from Evertone Studios, who took pity on me and said, hey, we want to record some of these songs. And, you know, I've enjoyed a little bit of airplay and stuff, and met Cole. We did the Above the Blue concert last year, raising funds for Beyond Blue. Yep. It's been amazing. It's opened so many doors in terms of connections and relationships.
And such a very good cause as well.
It is a wonderful cause, and since then I work now at the Songwriter Retreat every year as sort of a behind the scenes kind of guy, making everyone's coffees and
doing all those fun things.
Do all the high five stuff and the pick you up, feel good sort of gear, you know. Yeah. And you know, I've met Cole obviously, and we've been playing a few of these gigs, and just amazing. So supportive of me and my music, and you know, enjoyed a little bit of airplay and stuff. And you know, I don't do this full time. It's my day gig's totally different, but I just thoroughly enjoy it. And I'm surrounded by wonderful, wonderful people. And today, what a great event!
Oh,
you know,
amazing!
To be able to sit on a stage like this and sing your original compositions to an audience that were just there to hear the stories is just so wonderful. And for what it's all about, you know, rural aid and the Bio Bail stuff. I saw the trucks as I drove into town.
It was. I have to say, it was one of those times in my life where it was pretty emotional. I was really proud to be an Aussie, you know, to stand there and watch those trucks drive off. And there was another guy who actually came over to me, and he said, I got to admit, he said, I got a tear in my eye. In my eye, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I know what you mean.
Isn't it funny, Jo, that it takes some sort of extreme event or something before people really sort of get up and motivate, you know? Whereas I guess as I'm getting older, I'm sort of seeing a lot of things in a micro sort of level and try and make a difference, and it is wonderful.
I think it's when we get older ourselves, you know, like when you're young, you're all about you, aren't you?
Yeah,
you know, I mean, I think back to my younger days, and I think, it was all about me, and no one else mattered. And actually, come to think of it, it's still all about me, but I have children and a husband, so
you're balancing it up.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
You know, I sort of know, well, you know, and there are things out there that really are important and that really do need our help. You know, I mean, every little bit helps, and things like this. I mean, I've just finished studying, and when I was studying, I did an event for Are You OK Day.
Yes.
So, you know, I'd actually had I had a guest speaker come in who spoke about, you know, suicide and mental illness and things like that. So, I mean, they're topics that need to be talked about. I think people need to be discussing them. Don't be frightened. You know, actually talk about these issues.
Absolutely.
Because just by talking, just by asking the question, could actually save someone's life.
It's healing.
Even these farmers, you know, I mean, people think, oh yeah, farmers are doing it tough, but you know, it's a big picture. You know,
it's about more than the money, hey?
Yeah, a lot more. Family, and you know, I mean, O'Shea themselves have just written a song about.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It was an absolutely beautiful song, although it wasn't. I mean, yes, it did involve suicide and stuff, but you know, there's a much bigger picture. But it's still farming, and it's still, these people need our help. You know,
brothers and sisters.
Yeah, for sure.
The thing that I always say too is about songwriting, is that if find yourself in a position to be able to make a difference, and if I'm privileged to actually have a platform to be able to stand on, then I realise that I have to have something to say.
Yeah.
I have so many great mates who are passionate about things. Have you heard of a bloke called Paddy McHugh?
Yes.
Oh my God, you know, guys like that just inspire the absolute bejesus out of me. Thanks for that. You'd be really handy at dinner parties.
Yeah, I bet I would. I
would have been in such a better position.
I got a mouth like a sailor, trust me. But I'm sitting in front of the camera right now, so I'll be good.
The other thing that spun out of all of this stuff too with Tamworth Dag singer-songwriter retreat is the people that I've met, and I've been lucky enough to put together showcases that are called Richo's Roundup.
Yep.
So it started locally, and then, you know, I do shows in Tamworth, and I've done shows at other festivals, Murwillumbah and places like that. This year we're back in Tamworth and talking about storytellers who tell the most amazing stories about farmers. There's a guy that I've got to give a plug to, and you would have heard of him already. His name is Michael Waugh.
Yep.
And he's playing at one of my roundups, and he will challenge the most hardened soul.
Really?
Oh my God.
Wow.
He is just like a comet that's just burst into the stratosphere in the country world, and he's rewriting the rule book. The honesty and beautiful lyrics just touch everyone. And I think, as I said, you know, if we have that the honour of standing on a platform, you need to tell a story.
Yes.
And
take it and run with it.
Take it and run with it. So,
for sure.
Great.
And I mean, it's great too. Like, I mean, you know, you haven't been in the industry your whole life, and you've not, you know, like, I mean, someone like Cole Finley's been around for 25 years, and he's done the hard yards, you know, and he's put in the hard work, and he's built a fan base, and he's out there plugging it, and he's doing it tough, but I guess he's made some amazing friends over the time, you know, and he's one of those artists that is all about supporting his mates, you know, and I think the music industry sometimes loses that. Sometimes people think it's a competition, and music's not a competition. There is so much music out there to be enjoyed, and we all have a different taste. I mean, you know, I may love something, but my husband may absolutely hate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's a new one.
In that case, he's wrong, okay? He's all wrong.
Oh, that's rewriting the books, isn't it?
But yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is, and I mean, my theory is, if you like it, listen to it, and if you don't like it, then don't listen to it. But don't bag out someone else's music, because somebody out there absolutely loves it and thinks it's great.
So. The wonderful thing about the country scene, even though my genre probably fits into a few different genres, okay, the great thing meeting Cole, and he sums it all up beautifully with Rich with Friends.
Yes.
You know.
Yep.
But the thing is that I haven't seen too much of that bagging out stuff. When I was involved in the rock and pop scene back in the late 80s, early 90s, oh man, it's probably what scared me away from music a while. You know, there was just, you'd go to gigs and guys wouldn't even talk to one another backstage, you know.
Terrible,
you go to gigs in Tamworth or wherever we play within the country.
Everyone's talking.
You hang with everyone, and they just invite you. And I guess Cole being part of that, he leads by example.
Yeah.
And 25 years.
It's a long time.
Man,
you know?
Oh man. Yeah.
I mean, supporting each other on so many levels. I mean, we need promoters. We need, you know, you need marketing people, you need, you know, radio people, you need musicians, you
Yep.
need, you know, venues. You know, we all need to work together. I mean, if we can all work together, then I think the country genre would become a much, much better place.
Kind of sums up life, really.
And, yeah, pretty much. So, okay, now I've got a really tricky question for you.
Oh, yep.
You're having a dinner party. You're only allowed to invite 3 people. Who are they
3 people.
and why?
Have I got time to think about this, or I've got to just
No,
spit it out?
spur of the moment, let's go.
Spit it out.
It's tough, isn't it?
That is a friggin' hard question.
I just asked Will Day that question today and he came up with one and then he went,
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, can they be dead?
Yes.
Okay. I like to get Jesus,
Okay.
Muhammad,
Oh, yes.
and Buddha around the dinner table.
And you're going to put all 3 of them. Okay.
3 of them together.
That could be an interesting dinner party.
Yeah, and let's
Let's see where
let's
it
see
goes.
if there's some common ground, hey?
Yeah, why not? Awesome. Well, thanks for chatting with us today.
It's been my pleasure, Joe.
And it's been lovely meeting you.
Yeah,
And I watched your set this afternoon. It was really, really
was
good.
a lot of fun,
Now,
lot of fun.
if anyone wants to check you out, where can they find you? Do you have social media?
Yeah, Richo Richardson on
Facebook?
Facebook. Yep, Facebook. Also CD Baby or iTunes.
Yep.
Richo Richardson. Yeah, just sing out. Love to connect with people and
Awesome. Share the love of music.
share the absolute love of music and life.
Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Good to meet you, Joe.
Thanks.